Welcome. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Bindu Krishnan. I represent Dow. So Dow is a very customer-centric and innovative chemical company. And our focus is always on delivering innovative, environmentally friendly products to the marketplace. So today, my team and I are going to demonstrate to you one of our recent innovation in flooring adhesive. And I'm joined on stage today by Cody Clinton and Nita Zhu.
Hi, my name is Cody Clinton. I'm a researcher at Dow. I work very closely with Bindu and Nita in the Adhesives and Sealants group.
Hello, my name is Nita Xu from Dow Chemical. I work in the adhesive and sealants team with Bindu and Cody.
Thank you, Nita and Cody. So, as you know, flooring is an integral part of any residential or commercial building. And with flooring itself is associated the installation process itself. And it's a very manual and labor-intensive process. The installer is on his feet, troweling the adhesive, and then putting the substrates together. So when the team started looking at this adhesive process itself, that was on top of our list to improve. And to add to this, Dow being a very customer-centric company, we actually define our problems by talking to all the participants in the value chain. So to develop this adhesive, we defined our problem, we defined our problem by talking to flooring manufacturers, installers, as well as end users. And we came up with a solution based on their asks, and that was key for us. So today, here are the key attributes of the Diamondlock flooring adhesive that the team and I have developed for the flooring market. So this adhesive has these main 5 attributes. And how does this attributes actually translate to the installer or to the end user is what we are going to demonstrate. So flowable, in other words, it translates to ease of installation, ease of troweling process itself. Odorless, we talked about how the installer is on the feet. It's usually used indoors, so it's a confined environment, and not having that odor or that solvent, creating that environmentally friendly product for that installer was key. In addition, as an end user, not having that lingering solvent smell was another key attribute for this adhesive. Ridge retention. We talked about how the installer is getting on his knee and troweling the adhesive with different notch trowels. So it's key that these ridges are retained. If these ridges are not retained, that means these adhesives pancake out. Pancaking results in forming voids when the substrates are put together. And as a result, you will end up having field failures. Improved coverage. And obviously the last one is high moisture tolerance. So be it during the installation process or the different substrates that it is used, you and I have no much control about the moisture that the subfloor or the concrete is bringing during the installation process itself. And here we have developed is a one component flooring polyurethane adhesive. Polyurethane is highly moisture sensitive. So we take advantage of the moisture sensitivity for the curing itself. But having too much moisture can negatively impact the final mechanical properties. So we have been able to balance the curing process and how do we get the mechanical attributes as well. So this adhesive has high moisture tolerance, and field performance have indicated up to 92% of moisture tolerance. So today, Cody and Neeta is going to lead the demonstration, and Cody is going to trowel the adhesive on a backer board, as you can see. So you can see the lower viscosity of the adhesive, how easily it is flowing. Now Cody is pouring the adhesive onto the backer board. So there are different ways that the installer tries to put the adhesive onto their actual floor. So either you can scoop it out with a trowel, or like Cody is doing, you can just pour it out. So pouring it out is enabled because of its lower viscosity. In other words, it's flowable. So the next thing that Cody is trying to do is to hold the board vertically, just to give you a feel of the viscosity of this material and how easily it is sliding on the backer board. And on the right hand side, you can see Neeta holding a bottle of water. What she's trying to help us understand or simulate over here is the effect of the adhesive on a wet concrete. So she's actually spraying water on the wet concrete. And so like I said, polyurethane does tend to foam. You don't want that excessive foaming happening, which will lead to field failure. So, and because of time, we are actually spraying water on the backer board. So now Cody is going to trowel the adhesive, and he is using a very small notch trowel. The one that he's currently using is 1/16 by 1/16, 3/32 U-notch trowel. So this is a very small notch trowel that he's using today. Use of this notch trowel is enabled because of its low viscosity. And also you can see the ease at which he is troweling the adhesive. So as installers, you want that ridges to be retained. At the same time, you want it to be easily flowable as well. But if you have easily flowable low viscosity material, what ends up happening is that the adhesive will pancake out or it'll flatten out, and you don't want that. And so Cody is going to lift the backer board to help gravity see if you can pancake out the adhesive. And you saw initially when he held the backer board vertically, it was flowing. But now that it has been troweled, it does not pancake out. So what we have done over here is a patent protected technology which helps with the rigid retention by keeping the low viscosity. You can have these rigid retention with very high viscosity materials, and troweling those type of material with those high viscosity can be challenging on your arms because it's a manual process. So let's ask Cody what his thoughts are, since he was the one who troweled the adhesive and he's done some home projects. Again, he's not an installer, he's a researcher at Dow as well. So Cody, can you share your thoughts on the troweling itself?
So as a homeowner, I've had small projects around the house where I've used adhesives. I feel that our adhesive flows better and trowels easier than adhesives I've used in the past. Our lab studies actually show that we get between 15 and 30% more coverage of our material versus other materials.
So thank you, Cody. So Cody mentioned about the coverage. So the numbers that we have said about 15 to 30% is the data that we are getting from field results. And this obviously depends on the notch trowel you're using, the type of floors that you're using. Obviously, newer concrete does give you better coverage, and older concretes, and we have also used it on adhesives, cut back adhesives as well without any field failure. And the next thing that we are going to go ahead and demonstrate is put the different type of floors that can be used to glue on the backer board itself. So in today's environment, no homes have a single type of floor. You might have concrete, you might have wood, you might have carpet, you might have rubber, so different types of floors. And so it's key that you can have an adhesive that can be used to different types of floors as well. So here this Diamondlock is one such adhesive. So the first floor that Cody is putting down is an acoustic rubber flooring. Acoustic rubber floorings are usually used for high-rise buildings. These typically go on the subfloor, and this is not the actual floor. You would never see this floor. On top of this is a real floor that goes. This helps with sound dampening properties. The next floor that we are going to put is a rubber flooring, upcoming floor. This is used for high performance gyms and hospitals. And sometimes a single layer goes, or multiple layers can be used depending on the performance that is required from the floor. And this adhesive has unique mechanical performance because this rubber floor has to withstand very high impacts, especially when it is going on a gym performance. The next one that we see over here is wood flooring. And the first thing that can cross our mind when we see these two different types of flooring is that's a very flexible rubber flooring that we installed. And now we have a very rigid wood floor. So this adhesive has very high elongation and mechanical performance that it helps it move with a rigid surface like wood, or be it a flexible surface like rubber. All these three floors are indoor application, so you have rubber, acoustic rubber, as well as wood. So when we say indoor, that means it's a very controlled environment. And now the next floor that we are going to go install is for outdoor application. It is turf. And outdoors, you don't have much control over the environment. It's high humidity, the temperatures may be different. So we can tune this adhesive for different weather conditions as well, be it internal or outside application as well. For the flooring manufacturer, how does this adhesive help? So for that, it's important that we have good adhesion with the substrate that we are using. So now Cody is going to go show us that. So Cody, if you lift, could you help lift the acoustic rubber? And you can see the transfer of the adhesive that he showed. He used very little pressure to when he put that rubber flooring. You can see how well the adhesive has transferred. And this is very key in the adhesion performance of this material itself. And here is the backboard with the different substrates, which was used for yesterday's demonstration. I was able to walk on this after 3 hours. So as an installer, it could be a big job, or it could be a new job or a repair job. And based on the different types of jobs you're asking for, the key question to ask is, when is the return to service? So we have two different offerings. We have a fast cure adhesive where you can get back to in half a day, or for fresh concrete or for newer installation, you have a back to service of 24 hours. Another important part that I would like to add over here for this adhesive is that this formulation is based on sustainable ingredients. This was very key and very personal, just not for Dow, but for me as well. So we have formulated this adhesive with sustainable raw materials, have not used any solvent with zero VOC or non-detectable volatiles in it, which is important from a floor manufacturer to prevent floor defects or installation failures, as well as for the installer itself and for the owner of the building to get LEED credits. So these were some of the important things that we've tried to bring here for this adhesive. So what we have developed with the Diamondlock adhesive is an adhesive that can be used to make different types of flooring, be it a very flexible rubber flooring or an underlayment or an actual wood substrate, molded rubber or turf. Different types of trowels can be used based on the different property requirements that you are using as an end user. This adhesive is very unique in the sense that it's flowable, but at the same time has very good ridge retention, has improved coverage, and is based on sustainable raw materials, which would enable the end user to get LEED credits. And more importantly, will also give you the high moisture content. Today, this adhesive is available in 5-gallon pails, 4-gallon pails, or 2-gallon pails. The back to service time is perfectly tunable. We have 2 offerings, which is half a day back to service or next day back to service. Is there anything else that you think I might have forgot?
I'd like to bring attention to the area that Nita sprayed earlier with the water. We have 0 foaming from the water addition. And here's our panel from yesterday. You can also check it. There's no foaming or any defects from that either.
Thank you, Cody, for bringing that up. Does anybody have any questions? Yes.
How's cleanup for your tools?
So you could use any type of regular cleaners that you're using today, mineral spirit. Is there anything else?
Please check out our booth at 4952.
Thank you for joining us today.